I like the rain. Little known fact about Stitches is that I'm actually a major fan of the rain. I find it calming, soothing. I don't know. I also like the smell that rain leaves behind. Anyways, that was the best intro I could come up with. So, hey guys, Stitches here. And welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Last time, we were around the Mirelands exploring these mass outbreak phenomenons. And this time we're gonna keep doing that. But here we're going to talk with Bera, because we have a quest to turn in right here. Way too late, but you get a grain cake for that, and some experience candy small. I don't even necessarily know if I have more so. But if I sound tired, it's because it's currently almost 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And, I also got a little drunk. For the first time, I've tried, Captain Morgan's spiced rum. Just because I'm like, ooh, you know, I hear rum a lot. Like, I hear rum and coke quite a bit. And then it's like, oh, that's why you keep dying. You have no defenses. So while I do this, I'll just, you know, talk about my experience with that. Remember, I don't condone drinking. I don't endorse drinking, especially if it's not good for you as a human. But, yeah, it was pretty tasty. Rum is rather sweet for liquor, and I'm not used to that. Many of you who may be following or chronicling my alcohol journey, um, may know that, like, I mainly drink things like Guinness and, vodka, which are, like, very bitter things. So it's definitely interesting to have something sweet. But I'm still, you know, I haven't had some since, like, before midnight, but I did lay down and pseudo sleep. Also, it is a different day from the previous recording. I should mention that, even though I didn't do the, like, opening the game thing that I normally do. Also, I don't know if it's necessarily gonna matter. But I'm gonna use those on O'Brien to try to catch him up to Rishido. I caught one Quilava. We're actually getting close to that 8th star ranking. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Man, we are really getting there with the requests. We're getting close to being done with this game, and I'm almost like not prepared for it. It's been such a core part of like just doing YouTube for a while. I mean, like, I'm on my 5-year anniversary, and I've been doing this shit for 2 years. So, really quick, I'm gonna mute for a second. So it seems there's like 120 something side quests from just skimming a list. I didn't want to get too into it because I want to get like caught lacking again. I kind of want to give my opinion on the Hisui starters. I think I've given my opinions very briefly. I don't have a Cascoon, apparently. I haven't really given my opinions on... Why is this research level 0? Is it because I don't have one, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, my opinions on the Hisui starters, I think they're pretty cool. I may have talked about this in a previous video, may have even been the last video, but I genuinely think that they picked a good lineup. These are pretty popular starter Pokemon, because they really wanted this idea to kind of work, and the best way you can do that is ensure, like, a good, solid start. I feel like Oshawott was probably the least liked by most people. But over time, Oshawott kind of got a lot of love, mainly because of his use in the anime. I want to say Oshawott was like the first starter Pokemon Ash got, out of the Unova trio in the anime. So, you know. I think maybe in this video, rather than focusing on continuing with the Massive Mass Outbreak stuff, we should focus on other side quests for the time being. So, to do that, we'll kind of need to lay out an attack plan. So I do need to go back to Alabaster Icelands at some point, so that balloon race is going to wait. Pestle ZZ Errand requires us to get, a lot of those. I need to go and get a, one of the space-time rifts so I can get all the shards. Have I done the sea? By the way, it's at this point in the game where you may want to consider grinding using rare candy. Well, I don't think it's cost effective at all. Experience candies, you know, they do grant a lot of experience, so you can use it to catch Pokemon up at this point if you're like team building specifically for the end game. Like I am, where I'm like, oh, I want to use all of the starter Pokemon on my end game team. Let's see. I guess I just gotta pick a request and kind of just go for it. Wanda's been missing forever, though. It's just funny. You also can fast travel from within buildings in this game. I also want to state this is probably one of the last games in the series, at least at the present moment, where you can go in buildings. For whatever reason, Legend ZA and even Scarlet and Violet largely remove this. Anyway, so for the Seas Legend, we need to catch a Pokemon. So this requires us to go to the coastlands. And to do this, we'll need to do some party comp. So for party composition for this, I'm going to leave just O'Brien, Rishido, and Scallop. Because we need 3 specific Pokemon. So first we'll need a Mantike. We will need a Buizel, which I should have one. And then I need an Overquill, which I may not have one. Oh, there's one. Nope, that's right, because I caught one from when we did the alphas. So then what we need to do is take this and swim through the gate. Oh wait, it needs to be evening for this as well, my bad. My bad, twin, I just wasted your time. Oh, they're remoraid's in the water. I was like, what the hell is that? It's like a little tiny... Now, I believe it's over here we have to go. Or it's over here. I think it's actually the Seaside Hollow that we need to enter. Could also be doing this in the wrong order. Hold on a second. Okay, I see what the issue was. The guide I was looking at for this quest that I've never done before, because this quest is actually very cryptic, this quest is supposed to pair with new text that was given in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So we're actually going to box all but these Pokemon. And just in case, I'm gonna rest until evening. So now what we need to do is we do need to go over here to the area I thought we needed to go to. So now that we're up here, we get an update to the quest. Now you no longer need these Pokemon in your party. This activates the second part of the quest. I do think it's cool that they added this, and in case you want to hear the text, even though it's not in this game, uh, so this text states, once upon a time in the East Sea, there was a Pokemon known as the Prince. A brave human asked the Pokemon living in the sea to let them see the prince. Mantike, Weasel, and a Quillfish with huge spikes acknowledged the humans' bravery and joined them. Together they set off in a boat over the sunset-streaked sea, sailing through the ocean gate stretched over the waves. News of this reached the ears of the prince, who went to meet the brave little party at the seaside hollow. I think this is kind of cool, but this is also kind of lame if you don't own this. Like, this is just something you have to look up. I don't know why I'm talking to you. Yeah, I just realized we never evolved Maya, and we're at a point where, like, she's pretty much phased out of the team just for better options. Oh god, I hate Fire Spit Island. They put invisible walls over the lava so that way you can't fly over it, and it makes it very annoying to try to get out of. It's Phione and Manaphy. You cannot capture them. Phione and Manaphy, I believe, are either pure psychic or water psychic. So Phione is a water type Pokemon that was very interesting. It was a mythical Pokemon in Generation 4 that was the only mythical Pokemon obtainable by breeding, in which you had to breed Manaphy with another Phione or a Ditto. Now, they are both pure water type and not psychic type. So I'm actually going to switch over to Rishido. How do I do this? There it is. Trying to remember all the buttons on my controller at 3 AM. Or you could just use that move. Let's go ahead and roost on him. for a little bit of HP back. And we'll go ahead and we'll head at Manaphy with the Leaf Blade. However, that Moon Blast will be enough to take us down. I don't have any electric on this team. Electric is normally a coverage I tend to carry. So yeah, Manaphy was also very weird because I believe you had to get it from playing Pokemon Ranger and switch trading the, like, you had to play the Pokemon Ranger spin-off game, do a quest in that game, which then used an egg, like, gave you an egg that you could transfer over. So I messed that up. Was I supposed to? Okay, they do respawn as well, so don't worry if you kill them. I think this is also one of the only times you can use a Pokeball against a Phione in the entire franchise. There's a good chance we still one-shot here. I don't know, we should be good using just Water Pulse. Vanilla. Idiot, that's a psychic move. But, you do actually have to catch them here. I think. And that is Phione caught. And fuck even battling fee. Manaphy, just capture it. It's mine now. I own it. Hey. What was that? You just punted me. What's wrong with you? Honestly, I think if I just use Water Pulse against this one... You only need to catch one. Oh, that was weird. My audio bugged out for a minute. I don't know if that's in the video or not. I think that was just my, like, headphones being dumb, though. Do I dare do an Aqua Tail against it? These things do have a hard catch rate. How many defensive stat buffs do you need? I will try one more time on this second Phione before I just kill it. It heard my threat. Honestly, that might just be it for this video, because I did kind of want I wanted to kind of do that as its own thing. Seems Manaphy is here as a migratory Pokemon, drifting to and fro across the seas since long ago. Alas, that's what it says in the sea's legend. I had a jolly hard time getting a hold of this tome, but it seems worth it in the end. We got 3 Comet Shards for that. That's one of those quests where the reward more so is the doing, is in the doing. What's this? What is that movie called? There's this, it's like a horror movie where this kid like dials a number and like plays this game. Brain Scan, that's what it's called. He's like this dude. He's like, the terror is in the doing, or the horror is in the doing, not the experiencing. Basically, it's like a like multi-phased horror movie where, or it's like a multi-phased game that this kid is playing, where it tricks him into thinking he's actually murdered people and has to keep killing people now to cover himself up. Including this girl he has a crush on next door. But it turns out it wasn't real in the end, except for maybe a vague cutscene that suggests that maybe it was real. Though it seems mostly more like it wasn't real. But yeah. But anyways, that was the Seas Legend. I guess now, before I end the video, I'll kind of go over Manaphy and Phione as Pokemon that are potentially usable. So starting off with Phione. Phione is the Sea Drifter Pokemon. And it is the counterpart to Manaphy. Phione can be gotten by breeding Manaphy, like I mentioned before, or at least attempting to. And it was like a secondary mythical Pokemon. Phione is a very weird Pokemon because of the fact that it's like I mentioned, the only one to be bred from specific Pokemon. It has a total of 480 base stat total with 80 in every stat. User of many, master of none, I guess. Now, as for its learn set in this game, it learns at level 1, it learns Bubble. At level 6, Confusion. Level 12 is Water Pulse. Level 19 is Acid Armor. Or level 27 is Zen Headbutt. Level 36 is Moonblast. Level 46 is Take Heart. And level 57 is Hydro Pump. It masters Bubble at level 12, Confusion at 17, Water Pulse at 23, Acid Armor at 31, Zen Headbutt 39, Moonblast 49, Take Heart 59, and Hydro Pump at 71. Of course, you can also use Seeds of Mastery to do so. We'll get into what Take Heart does in a minute. Overall, Manaphy Phione is generally considered not very good, especially in comparison to Manaphy. And also, Phione is a rare instance of a Pokemon that hatches from an egg, is bred from another Pokemon, but does not hatch. Or does not evolve into Manaphy at any level. Manaphy, on the other hand, is much more impressive with 100 in every stat for a base stat total of 600. In this game, Manaphy learns Bubble, Confusion, Acid Armor, Zen Headbutt, Moonblast, Take Heart, and Hydro Pump. It has the exact same learn kit as Phione. Additionally, it can learn some other interesting moves by... It can learn some other interesting type coverage, like Ice Beam and Icy Wind from specifically the tutoring system. Otherwise, it's just really not worth it. My personal opinion on Manaphy is I think it's a really cool Pokemon with a cool concept, but ultimately, in terms of battling, it's just not that interesting. Apparently, it appears in Rainbow Island in Guardian Signs after a special mission. Wasn't aware of that. I did not know Pokemon Ranger was considered a Gen 3 game. But an interesting thing about Manaphy is the Manaphy egg supposedly can only... Supposedly you can only get one Manaphy egg per copy of Pokemon Ranger. And this has led to basically people needing to mod their Pokemon Ranger copies in order to actually get the Manaphy egg through the legit event. So I think that's quite interesting. Anyways, Manaphy has two signature moves, with Phione learning one of them. Manaphy learns Heart Swap. Anyways, Heart Swap allows it to switch stat changes with the opponent. A very strange move indeed. And this is the same in both normal and Legends Arceus. And Take Heart is another move, which in this generation cures the user of all of the status conditions and raises offensive and defensive stats for 4 turns. Take Heart also raises the user's special attack and special defense by 1 stage each and heals non-volatile status conditions in the main games. I also believe that Take Heart is actually introduced in this game. Yeah, it's introduced in Pokemon Legends Arceus. for these characters. So I think that's, or these Pokemon, I don't know why I called them characters. This feels weird. So, you know, interesting stuff, I guess. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. There's not really much else, and we're at the, much else I want to do. We're at the 1 hour mark. I honestly wasn't expecting this quest to be the Manaphy quest. I kind of forgot about it and then was like, oh, what is that? That must be like catch a random Pokemon. And then it's like, oh, that's Manaphy, but since we're in the post game, I guess we'll catch Manaphy now. Manaphy also is one of this game's example, really quick, of, this game made a lot of mythical Pokemon catchable. Mythical Pokemon notoriously are usually locked behind events in some way, shape, or form. Which means that the cartridge has to have the Wonder Card data specifically stating, or like the cartridge for older Pokemon games had to have the Wonder Card data specifically stating, hey, you need to give this person this item. Now, I haven't really caught too many mythical Pokemon in my time. One of the ones that I do remember catching one of the ones I do remember obtaining when it was active was, Zarude. Base Zarude. Is that what it's called? Zarude? I keep getting it confused with Darude, which is a band that made Sandstorm. Zarude was like a grass dark Pokemon from Generation 8. But another mythical Pokemon I have more experience with is actually Pecharunt. Pecharunt was I think still is, maybe. I don't know if they disabled the event, but basically they introduced a mystery gift prologue or epilogue to Scarlet and Violet, which allowed you, after completing the DLC, it was specifically for the DLC area, you would be able to do a DLC exclusive quest that would allow you to catch Pecharunt, which I think makes it the only mythical that's locked behind both an event and DLC, which is kind of lame. But, you know, it is what it is. As for other mythical Pokemon, I do believe I did get the Diancie, the Diancite in Legends EA. I just haven't beaten that one yet because, well, I got kind of tired of Pokemon playing that and this, but Legends EA was still like, I don't know, months ago. I actually still have my Legends EA like promo mat as my desk mat, so that's nice. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching and listening to me ramble. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. You should also subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications. Additionally, you should check out the links in the description below. There's links to my Blue Sky, Twitter, and Twitch pages. There's also a link to my Ko-Fi page where for $3 a month you can become a monthly member and get access to early or exclusive content. And I will see you guys in the next one.